Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Happy 2018 again. So we're here for our mid-monthly reading for the month of January 2018. Before I get into information about this month's reading, I just wanted to give a couple of quick announcements. First, to my returning subscribers, thank you very much for all of your wonderful comments that you've been leaving me. I really do appreciate your comments, your likes, and also for subscribing to the channel. For new viewers, I hope that you enjoy the reading, and if so, please feel free to share the video, and also please subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified when I upload new videos, so you won't have to keep coming on and trying to find me. It will just appear as a notification. I did, at the beginning of January, I did the first giveaway, the full moon giveaway. So I had a winner for that one. She will be getting a 1-question reading coming to her. And this month, for those of you who did not participate and would like to, there's a second chance. We'll be having a second full moon at the end of January. So be looking out for the extra video that I put out on that full moon to find out how you can enter into the drawing and win your own free personalized reading. So stay tuned for that. Also, just another note about subscribers. I'm doing a special sort of push to get subscribers. So when I reach, my goal is to reach 5,000. And when and if I do, I will be doing a very special video for that. And I'll be giving away to do a drawing. And the person who wins the drawing will be getting a free reading for the remainder of the year for 2018. So depending on when I reach the 5,000 subscribers, if I reach it, within the next few weeks or month, then that person will receive, a free monthly personalized tarot reading for the rest of 2018 for each of the months of the year. So be looking out for that. So please, I do ask that you share the videos, subscribe if you haven't, help me reach this goal. I would be very grateful if you could. Okay, so to get into our reading, I'll be doing a mid-monthly reading today, focusing mainly on the areas of romance and relationships, and then career and finance. Okay, and it will be an individual reading for each of the signs, but looking at those two specific areas. For the main reading, for the romance and relationships portion, I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And for the career and finance portion of the reading, I will use the Good Tarot deck, also by Colette Baron-Reid. And then I'll be pulling a couple of oracle cards to accompany the reading in order to save time. I will be shuffling, meditating, and pulling, already laying out the spread off camera just to really save us a little bit of time so we can get into the reading and try to keep it around the, 30-minute mark. So that's why you won't see the shuffle for this mid-monthly. Okay? All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in 1 second for your individual sign reading. Thanks for now. Hi, Leo. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good start to the year. So we are ready to get into your mid-monthly reading for January, focusing on the areas of career and finance, which we'll see along the back here. And then I will move the camera around so we can see all the cards for love and romance and ones on the other side. Just a quick reminder that these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way for you to get a truly personalized reading, focusing on you and what is going on in your life right now, would be to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can check out my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find information about the types of readings that I offer as well as pricing. Or you could also email me. My email is changingphasestarot@gmail.com. All right, so, and also another reminder, lots of reminders. These are general readings, as I said, and so, this would be for Leo sun sign. It's always good to check out your moon and your rising sign videos, just in case, the messages this month, maybe they don't resonate as much for you, with your sun sign reading, but the other two might, or one of the other two might. So, okay, I think that's it as far as messages go. So, we begin with career and finance part of the reading. So the past position or the past energy as you leave the first 2 weeks of January, or possibly even going back to the end of last year, you have the Nine of Air. I like seeing this in the past. This would be the Nine of Swords in the traditional deck. Followed by, in the present position, Queen of Fire. Right, so here you are, Leo. And the outbound energy, you have the Nine of Water, or the Nine of Cups. So there's a fire sign queen surrounded by 2 nines, and then the overall energy for the reading for the last 2 months of January, you have the transformation card. This is 13. This would be the death card in the major tarot, in the regular tarot deck from the major arcana. And the 2 cards that you have, the oracle cards that came out, from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, you have books. You connect your life purpose through your involvement with books. Another sign got this one as well. Can't remember which one. I want to say it was either Virgo or Gemini. And Fogged In. Fogged In says go slow, take time. So we'll see how these 2 energy or messages play in with, the energy of the reading here. So we'll begin with the Nine of Air. And this card, what it mainly speaks of, it really speaks of our intellect, how we communicate. It's cerebral energy, so our thoughts, as we think, so we become, right? So it's also, it reminds us that, the results of our thinking and where our thoughts can lead us, it's also important. So it's important to keep our thoughts positive. When we plant positive seeds, positive thoughts, we can expect positive outcomes. So it's all about, our thinking, and how our thoughts influence our lives. Now, the Nine of Air, sometimes this card is referred to as the Nightmare card, which is why I said I'm glad to see this card in the past position, because it typically, in the traditional tarot, it shows there's a person sitting up in bed, right, with all these swords above their head, and it's really to do with those thoughts, those recurring thoughts, the thoughts that kind of go round and around and round in our minds, that keep us up at night, right? So it's a card that has to do with anguish and possibly guilt and regret, card of despair, right? And it's also a card of feeling like, because of fear and doubt, feeling very like stuck or paralyzed, unable to move forward, right? Unable to make a decision to move forward. So it's just really stuck, trapped in that particular situation. In this deck, it doesn't look like that. And I mean, the Good Tarot deck, it does have slightly different interpretation of the cards. You can see in this deck, there are just these doves sort of flying around her, and she is perched on top of this peak or stone here. So, it's about, or it asks us to sort of shift this negative self-talk more to self-compassion. So turning our fears into possibilities, right? Focusing on the positive, and instead of trying to, be so down on ourselves and, our mistakes or regret, that type of thing, to look at new possibilities that might be coming up on the horizon. So you might have, over the past couple of weeks, or even at the end of last year, you might have been dealing with, something to do with your finances or career, something that was keeping you up at night. Maybe this was a decision that you had to make about your career, or maybe financially you were experiencing some type of financial difficulty, right? Problems that was keeping you up at night. And for many people, I mean, the end of the year is a very stressful time, right? Even though it's supposed to be the holiday season full of, warmth and love and happiness and family and friends, a lot of people get very stressed out by the holiday season because there are extra expenses. We do end up, whether we mean to or not, we tend to, spend more than we should, exceed our monthly budget. It's that type of thing. So maybe, this could have been just some worry, concern around your finances, or this could be to do with, anything to do with your finances or or career, or really the Nine of Air can be to do with anything. I mean, we are focusing in this reading on finances and career, but it was just something that was very troubling and keeping you up at night. In the present, I mean, you show up in the present, right? The Queen of Fire, this is your energy. So this is fire energy, which has to do with turning our intentions into action. So if there was anything here in your thoughts that you were concerned about, didn't know how to move forward with, the Queen of Fire is certainly the person to move you out of this this mentality and this feeling of being stuck, because the Queen of Fire is all about turning intention into action, right? And the Suit of Wands, it has to do with transformation. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with regeneration. It has to do with the day-to-day activities that we do. So the work that we do, creative projects. It also has to do with our fire, our drive, and our ambition to get those things done, right? To kind of go after what we want in life. And the Queen of Fire, she's a pretty she's kind of a force to be reckoned with, right? She is, she's one of those people who she's kind of in doing 20 million things at one time, but she does it all well, and she's able to take care of everything. She's very competent. She's very secure. She's very sure of herself. And she's very capable of manifesting, of really going after what she wants and accomplishing, what it is that she wants. She's a very confident person. She is very warm. People are kind of drawn to her cheerfulness, to her optimism. But she's very capable, very strong. She can really accomplish anything that she sets her mind to. So very inspiring figure here. And you have this as your present energy. So this could be when the court cards appear in a reading. They can be actual people that we are dealing with during the time period. They could be situations, events that we have to deal with, or it could just be the energy that we are taking on. And I do feel like this is you taking on this Queen of Fire energy and really feeling that you're capable of kind of creating and really getting anything that you want. And that's really backed up by this Nine of Water card here, because the Nine of Water or Nine of Cups, it's the minor arcana version of the Star card. So it's the wish upon a star. It's having your dreams come true, right? The Suit of Water, it deals with our feelings, our emotions, our psychic abilities as well, our happiness, right? And how our feelings sort of move things along in our life, right? It also has to do with psychic abilities, but mainly this, when the Knight of Water appears, it really just says that you are having your dreams come true, wishes fulfilled, feeling very accomplished, feeling as though you've achieved what you set out to achieve, feeling very happy about achieving that. So this is the outbound energy for the month. This is a great way for you to end the month of January, because it just shows that whatever you decided to go after, whatever you set your sights on and set your intentions on, you have it coming true, right? So whatever this was that you wished for, could have been to resolve this, because we have the two nines sort of facing each other here. It could have been you wishing to resolve your financial problems, right? Could have been you wishing to get a new job, right? To get out of this situation. And in order to get out of it, it would have meant a new job, going after a new job. This is just whatever you have wished for. The Nine of Cups does speak of achieving goals and having wishes come true, right? And putting intentions out into the universe and having, the universe kind of step in and giving back to you. So, and with the transformation card, this is card number 13 of the Major Arcana, the Death card. Having the Death card is the overall energy. This is pretty powerful, right? This is divinely orchestrated events going on, but this is a powerful card because the Death card represents an ending, but it's an ending in order to give way to something better, just to change, right? And it's not, it could have to do with just simply, ending a way of thinking or ending, a habit of yours. Many people give up things at the beginning of the year. It could be ending, a bad habit. Or it could have to do with ending a particular chapter in your life. Since it's a major arcana card, it does speak of a significant life change, a significant metamorphosis, significant growth. And just understanding that, the death card does not mean that, things are over or something dies or ends. No, it's not about that. It's about an ending which gives way to something else, right? And in this case, it gives way to this transformation. And you can see that the girl, she has in her hands, it looks like it's a phoenix, but not really. And it's sort of the phoenix getting ready to rise from the ashes, and she's holding it in her hands. So it's like with you being, you see how the Queen of Fire here, she's holding a candle, right? Let me hold this up so you can see. The Queen of Wands here, she's holding fire. She has this candle, but it sort of makes a heart shape in the middle of her chest there, right? The flame. And then we have the girl next to her, and also with this flame. And both of them are holding this in their hands. So I feel that there's something that, you're holding in the palm of your hand. You have everything you need in the palm of your hand. You're manifesting. You are bringing about this major change, this major transformation, right? And it is all about endings and beginnings, but these are beautiful beginnings. These are, understanding that in life, there are cycles. There's birth, there's death, there's rebirth, and it's just transition. Just like we transition from the material realm to the spiritual realm, we reincarnate back to the earthly realm. It's all about transitioning and flowing and transitioning from one phase or one chapter or one job or one situation to another. Okay, but it's a significant one. So powerful energy for the last part of January here for you. And the other two cards, let me sort of move those over. So I'll begin with the Fogged In card. And this card says, and for these two, I like to just read from the guidebook for the oracle cards. I won't read all of it because this one's quite long. But what the sacred traveler wants you to know, it says, sometimes the mist and fog are so thick that the traveler feels uncertain about everything. Where am I going? What am I meant to do? Why can't I see ahead? However, it's in these moments of unknowing that the deepest and most profound answers to life's big questions can emerge. The secret is to traverse slowly and carefully so as not to fall off the path. Be careful, proceed with caution in all things as you sense the best direction. Listen to the whisperings of your soul. Trust your inner voice. And I feel that this fogged in, I think it's, it could be to do with this past energy of this Nine of Air, that maybe things did seem very confusing. Maybe you weren't that sure as to which direction you needed to go. You had many different thoughts keeping you up at night. But, by the time you get to the end of January, it seems as if you've figured everything out. You've taken control of the situation, and you are, having your wishes come true here. So whatever that means for you. The other card is books. And this card says, your love of books drew this card to you. You're able to find something interesting between the covers of most works, and your literature interests are wide and varied. So it's not surprising that your life purpose is centered around the written word. For example, you'd do well working in a bookstore, library, publishing house, or a magazine, or in the media. You may also be drawn to write a book, which the angels will help you with. You can find answers and direction for your current career path by intuitively selecting books that call to you. Even if the topics seem initially unrelated to your past career, trust that there's valuable information within the pages. You're being led along the path of your divine life purpose, one page at a time. So that's interesting. So maybe this dream coming in and you transforming and creating, and there's a lot of creativity here, right? With this transformation and you as the Queen of Fire, this could have something to do with an actual career change, right? Or trying to maybe branch off and, doing something on the side, but that has to do with books or, working in It could even be publishing, doing like a blog or self-publishing, however that might tie in. But it seems as though you definitely are excited and fired up about whatever this is, and you have a lot of really powerful energy to help you get your wishes come true here. So nice. I like that. Okay, let's move on. We have here, let me move the camera a little bit and lower. Here we go. Okay, so we have for the love and romance portion of the reading, Leo, we have card number 21, Clean It Up, followed by card number 19, Flexible. That will be in the present position. And in the future position, Serendipity, card number 18. And the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month for love and romance, you have card number 2, Ying. And the 2 oracle cards that came out from the Whispers of Love deck, you have patience. Love is patient and kind always. That's card number 17. And you also have from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Which is interesting because back here, right, we had the 9 of air. So there could have been something to do with your finances that, that really has been impacting not just your own life, right, and yourself, but also like your love life. So let's go through the messages and see how everything ties in together here. So clean it up, the first card in the past position. Again, this could be, going back over the past couple of weeks or even back to the end of last year. So card 21 speaks of getting to the core of a situation, or sweeping away what is no longer needed. And if we think about, in life, we do sometimes accumulate quite a lot of stuff, and stuff that we probably don't really need, clutter around the home, things like that. And at the beginning of the year, it's a good time to clean house, right? Move things out of the way, and not just speaking of cleaning house, actually physically cleaning, but also taking care of, unresolved things such as unpaid bills, which could go back to this, you're feeling financially strapped for cash or worried about cash, so this does fall in the past position as well, just like the 9 of air in the past position. So I do feel that these 2 cards might be related. So, it does have to do with cleaning house, but really about, if we put this into thinking of relationships, it's kind of like time to clear house. If you're in a relationship, then say what's on your mind, right? Get whatever you have. If you've been storing away things that are bothering you, and especially if this has to do with finances, get it off your mind and say what you really are thinking about something, and also understanding that everybody does come with some type of baggage. You don't end up in a relationship without bringing in a certain amount of personal baggage along with you. So it's about, getting rid of some of this personal baggage, past resentment, past things from the past, in order to move forward. And I think at the beginning of the year, this is a great card to have, to come up, really cleaning house in sort of every sense, physically cleaning the house, but also cleaning up relationships. If this is you not in a relationship right now, then this card could speak of, just preparing yourself, cleaning out the home, preparing yourself mentally and emotionally, getting rid of all that old emotional baggage from the past, get rid of that in order to enter into something new that does look like it's on the horizon here. Now you have in the present, the card is flexible. And this card speaks of the need for you to, I love the way that this card, the person is balancing on top of this egg, which, that's not an easy thing to do anyway without cracking the egg. but then she's completely bent backwards, So this card is all about being adaptable, right? Like understanding, keeping what's important to you, but also being able to adapt and go with the flow. And when we think about, I like to use a tree as the example for this card, because when we think about, how a tree has its roots and it has its branches, and, we need to have the rooted part of ourselves, and the tree needs its roots to secure itself into the ground. But when a hurricane comes along, besides the roots, it also needs its branches to be flexible, to kind of go, to bend with the storm, with the hurricane. If the branches were just very rigid, then more than likely they will be snapped off. So it's important to be flexible when we, as we move through life. And when we think about relationships, it's all about being open, right? Being flexible, but more in the sense of being open to learning new things, being open to new situations, being open to even to people, that aren't actually your type. If you have a particular type that, oh, I only date people who are like this, that, or the other. Okay, maybe you need to be a little more flexible, look outside of that typical type, and maybe you'll be surprised by, the person who's there, who might be coming in for you, So release your old ideas. And I think that has also to do, it goes back to the clean it up card, right? Sweep away, get rid of those old ideas about what this perfect partner looks like. First of all, nobody's perfect. And, maybe your old type, which was your type when you were in your 20s, isn't your type now that you're in your 40s or 50s. So, be flexible, be open, in order to find happiness in this new relationship. And if you are in a current relationship, then it speaks of the need to, not be so rigid, to be more open to the other person, meet halfway, you don't have to always be right, all the time. You don't need to. Meet halfway, find that middle ground in order to find happiness in the relationship. And then what you have as the outbound energy is a serendipity card. And this card, it's all about those sort of divinely timed, out of the blue experiences or things that happen, occurrences, not experiences, occurrences. And it's all about opportunities and good luck and good fortune. You see that there's the 4-leaf clover. So it speaks of this good fortune kind of appearing out of nowhere, right? But also appearing as, could be in the form of signs, symbols, or, events kind of magically aligning. For example, maybe you are traveling somewhere on business and your flight gets delayed, and, you were supposed to get home and go out on a blind date with somebody, but as it happens, your flight gets canceled, so you're stuck in the airport. But you're stuck there and you end up meeting, somebody else who you had no intention of meeting, and maybe you strike up a conversation as you're there waiting, and that person turns out to be a wonderful person, and, somebody that you maybe would not have looked at, if you were in a bar, or maybe wouldn't have picked if you were on one of those dating sites. But it's serendipity, right? It's something that happens, this sort of magical alignment of events, and things happen for a reason. So thinking of a relationship, this card tells you that Spirit has a plan, and the plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. So you have met, or you're about to meet someone who's going to be very important to you on your journey. And this is something that is divinely guided. This is someone who Spirit wants to bring into your life, right? So pay attention to the different signs that you might be receiving, right? It's a divinely guided meeting if and when you meet this person, okay? And what else is that goes along here with the flexible card and this serendipity? You have the yin card. And the yin card speaks of openness and being receptive, right? It's the feminine energy here of receptivity, of being receptive. And the card really asks you, or encourages you, if you are looking to get into a new relationship, or even if you're in a current relationship, it encourages you to be open, right? To sort of allow yourself to be more open to the other person, to be receptive, right? Because even if something does drop out of the sky for you, right? If you are not willing to change your way of thinking and possibly being more flexible and, being willing to look at or to give that person a chance who might not be your typical type, and be open and willing. And we have the open cup. You see, there's like the open chalice, this open vessel here. So unless you're like that, it's very hard for the other person to come in, right? To enter your life. So it's up to you to position yourself, right? And open yourself to these new wonderful things that the universe is bringing in. And it does look like there's something coming in, okay? Now, the other two cards, again, I'll read you the two oracle card, the full meaning for each oracle card. And we have the first one, number 17, says, have patience. Work towards having patience. If you're lacking patience with others, remember that they are human and different from you. If the impatience has to do with an outcome, your prayers are answered. Be a little more patient at this time. So I think that this could have to do with, if you have sort of done this mental or emotional house cleaning over here, and you've put yourself in this position where, yes, I'm willing, I'm open to a new relationship coming in, right? This card just speaks of, understanding that things will happen in divine timing, serendipity, be patient, right? There's a plan for everything. It's not our plan, it's a divine plan, right? The universe has everything under control. So be patient as this is happening. And then the other card, which I said I feel that it has something to do with this, your finance, kind of ties back into the finance part of your reading. It says money and love have historically been linked, and this card points to this correlation. The romance angels want to disentangle you from financial or career pressures that you may enjoy every aspect of your life, including romance. While work can be a source of heart-opening satisfaction, it must be balanced with other facets of love, such as playfulness and laughter. You received this card because you'd benefit from an infusion of such lightheartedness. Call upon the angels to elevate your mood, energy level, finances, career, and everything else that will bring you peace. So, there might be something, financially financial is influencing something here in your love life. So just, I would say be more open, definitely be patient, as the card suggests, possibly ask for divine guidance, meditate, ask for things to be worked out for you to have success. And you have your wish card here. I mean, you end this reading with the wish card in the finance reading and the serendipity, which is all about blessings and wonderful surprise things coming in from the universe. So two wonderful cards here. So focus on that. Do ask for guidance and help from angels, spirit, the universe. But also be open, be flexible. And it seems like there's a lot of change coming through this month, and also divinely timed things, such as here with the serendipity and here with this divinely timed transformation. So interesting reading for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way, Leo. I thank you very much for joining me here today. Be sure to check out my channel for the February 2018 general readings. I will be posting those around the end of January, the last week of the month. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of January. Bye for now.